In a quiet town, tucked between rolling hills and endless routines, there lived a barber unlike any other. He wasn't famous for his haircuts. He wasn't known for his conversation. What made him unforgettable was a single rule. The barber shaved all and only the men in town who did not shave themselves. At first, the rule seemed simple, elegant even. If a man shaved himself, the barber left him alone. If a man didn't shave himself, the barber shaved him. Perfect order, perfect logic. Also, it seemed. One afternoon, a curious traveler arrived in town and asked a question no one had thought to ask before. Who shaves the barber? The townspeople laughed. Surely the answer was obvious. But the traveler pressed on. If the barber shaves himself, then according to the rule, he must not shave himself, because the barber only shaves men who do not shave themselves. But if the barber does not shave himself, then by the same rule, he must shave himself, because he shaves every man who does not shave himself. So what is the truth? Does the barber shave himself or not? Either answer destroys the rule. The town fell silent. What began as an ordinary question had uncovered something far deeper, a contradiction hidden inside logic itself. This strange puzzle became known as the Barber Paradox, a simple story with enormous consequences. Because the paradox wasn't really about shaving, it was about self reference, about systems trying to define themselves from within. And in the early 19s, this exact kind of contradiction shook the foundation of mathematics. The philosopher and mathematician Russell discovered that certain logical systems could collapse when they allowed sets to contain themselves in impossible ways. Imagine the set of all sets that do not contain themselves. Does that set contain itself? If it does, it shouldn't. If it doesn't, it should. The barber was simply the human version of this mathematical nightmare. What made the paradox terrifying to mathematicians was this. If logic itself could contradict itself, then how could mathematicians ever be trusted? For years, scholars scrambled to build the foundations of logic, creating stricter systems designed to prevent these contradictions from appearing. And even today, the Barber paradox remains one of the clearest demonstrations of how language, logic, and self reference can collide in unexpected ways. It teaches us something unsettling. Not every question can be answered cleanly. Sometimes the problem isn't the answer. Sometimes the problem is the question itself. So the next time someone asks, who shaves the barber? Remember, you are not just hearing a riddle. You are standing at the edge of one of the logic's deepest mysteries. Senyiba Chiso is my name.